I'm baking some bread this morning and catching up on laundry. And today I think I'm finally gonna start a project that I have been avoiding. There is a room upstairs that has slowly turned into our just put it there room. And I keep this door closed most of the time just because it's really embarrassing. I don't know if I should really show this to you. Don't shred me in the comments, please. Okay, here it is. I'm pulling the band-aid off. Yeah. I know, trust me, I know. I know this is really terrible, but I don't want it to be anymore. I want this to be a room that can be enjoyed because this is actually supposed to be our guest room. And well, we can't have any guests with it looking like this. I want a room that feels calm and peaceful and that can be enjoyed and actually used, and not just in a way to throw stuff in here. I want to paint this room today. It might not be the perfect time to start because I just started my laundry. I'm doing bread. If I'm gonna wait for the perfect time, I will never begin. But before we can start painting, I have to take this laundry away because otherwise some paint will go on there. I have been known to ruin some clothes, so I don't want to repeat that mistake. Okay, so I've just changed into some work clothes. So last year in the fall, I actually put on a primer, which you can see is kind of patchy, but I want a win with this room. I need a win with this room. So we are just gonna paint today. This has been frozen in the garage. I don't even know if this is still good to use. I'll stir it and then we'll see. Yeah, I just tried to do a test paint, but it's like grout or something. We cannot use this paint anymore. So I have got to run quickly to the hardware store before I lose my motivation for this room. We have a fresh bucket of paint. This color is actually light blue. The one we had before was some off-white, but in the hardware store, Krista and I actually said that we like this color a lot. And I got this cool edge painting tool.
I saw your raw dog and everything.
Yeah. I am known to just start without any preparation. Thank you. Problem solved. So when we bought this house in December of 2024, we really didn't know what we were in for in terms of renovation, how much renovating this house actually needed. We knew that we would have to change the floors and repaint. We knew that we would have to put in a new kitchen and change up the bathroom a little bit. But since the beginning of our renovation here, so many things have been uncovered that we didn't even know needed fixing before. For example, when we renovated our bathroom, we thought it was going to be a 3 to 4 week renovation, but oh boy, were we wrong. We were in for half a year renovation just because we had to exchange a rotten beam, we had to exchange a broken pipe, we took down half of a wall. It was truly one of a kind of renovation. And renovating an older home often gets romanticized, but it is very, very expensive. Also, if you do it yourself. And we had other things on our list that we wanted to get done before we got to this room, let alone buy furniture to store our things in there and exchange the floor and everything. It is just so expensive. Okay, so I got this wall half done until about the middle here. And then I got this whole big wall done. You can see the color difference. And Christo joined me. He is fixing some holes in the wall. We still don't have the upstairs power back yet, so I'm waiting on that. But I think I have to move my seat station here next because we have to paint this wall as well. And by the way, I'm so happy that this calamondan tree actually survived and it's putting on new growth. That means it likes it here, which I am really, really happy about, because I have killed citrus trees in the past. Never forget Lisa, our lemon tree. It is a lot more blue than I originally thought, but I think it will also look different once our lights start working again. We're gonna keep the ceiling white, so there's a bit of a difference. It gives me major Bridgerton vibes. And this room was always a hot mess, even when we moved in. I think there were like 4 or 5 layers of tapestry on here. In our bedroom, it was the same thing, and it took us forever to remove them. I don't know what kind of glue the previous owners used, but it was strong. It was a hustle to get that off. But yeah, since we don't have power, I have to use the sunlight, which is going down already. So I better get going in finishing this wall here. I think this is the wall I want to finish today. And then we have to put a second layer on here anyway. So I'll definitely see you again tomorrow. We finally got our power back and I'm back in my kitchen. We are gonna shape this bread now, and I will show you how far I got tomorrow. I actually did a little bit more than I anticipated, which I'm really happy about, but I definitely have to do a second layer, and one area has to be grouted and then sanded, which I happily gave to Crystal. So we are gonna continue this project tomorrow. And then you will also see how this bread turned out. I started this bread, I think, at 9 a.m. this morning. And it's a spelt flour and all-purpose flour bread. So it's a flour mix. Trying to laminate it. And I put honey. I put a little bit of honey in the dough as well. I just wanted to experiment with that. It feels beautiful, and you can see some bubbles. Need to get my Benetton. So the power problem apparently was not only in our house but also our neighbors, and then the neighbors down the street as well. And then the electricians came and they found out that a fuse or something blew in a distributor. So I'm happy it was not a problem with our house, because we just had the electricity done, I think 1 year ago. Oh no, we forgot to shape it. See? And my laundry got started and interrupted, I think 3 times. But now it's finally drying. Yes, I think that's good. I can put it in here. Just try to sew it again. Gotta be careful not to take away too much. Haven't baked the sourdough loaf, I think, in 1.5 weeks now. I'm really excited to have one tomorrow. Okay, I think that's good. And this can go into our fridge now to proof overnight. Gotta make sure it's straight. And I had a shower after all this painting, and it felt so nice, because renovating is a whole workout on its own. But I will see you again tomorrow morning when we finish this painting project upstairs. I might even run to the hardware store one more time just to get some white paint to paint the ceiling as well and the windowsill, because that is not going to be this like light blue color. And I was worried that it might be too blue, so We have to see. It looks a little bit better now that the lights came back on, but I'm still not 100% sure. So we'll just see how it looks in like natural light tomorrow when the sun is not going down. And of course, Krista said as well, like you have to see it when the room is clean and with furniture. So I will see you for that and to bake our bread. Good morning. I just hopped out of bed. It is just past 6:30 and I am preheating my oven because I want to bake this bread so we can have it for breakfast later. Krista is still sleeping and I haven't even had my first coffee yet. But we've got to get this bread in the oven. I'll let this preheat in the oven. I will reuse this cling film. I love to get up early and I'm very productive in the morning, but I do need my coffee. I don't know if I should wait with turning this over until the Dutch oven is preheated. I think I'll wait just in case so it doesn't deflate, because I changed up the recipe again. I do some different stuff all the time. And I wanna have some cozy feeling this morning. So I'm gonna turn on my lantern here that I have in my living room. It just gives me so much cozy feelings. And lights. We still have our Christmas star up actually, just because it is such a good light there. But I might have to buy an actual light for this windowsill. So yeah. Coffee is done. I always have a small coffee and then usually I put a flat white on top. Okay, so my oven just preheated. I'm gonna get the Dutch oven out. Ooh, this is hot. Gotta be really careful. Try not to burn myself, that would be great. I think we're gonna do this 7 or 10 minute score again. Okay. And I will set the timer for 10 minutes right now. I hope that this turns out good because I am really longing for a slice of sourdough. So I will enjoy this coffee now until my bread is ready to score. That first sip. My timer just went off, so we have to do the 10-minute score now. I hope that it will rise. I kind of wanted to do like a butterfly, but I don't know if I should try that. I think I should have maybe scored it before it went to the oven. At least when I'm doing a shape and not just like a plain score. Oh my gosh, this looks terrible. You can see me failing in real time. And maybe we can do a big score here. I'm adding a few ice cubes like I always do. And I'm gonna pray for this one. Back to the oven. My oven is going off, so let's see what we're working with. Ooh, not too bad. Doesn't look too bad. There's definitely no butterfly. And I also have to take out my laundry from yesterday. It should be fully dry. Oh, but it isn't. I think it's because it got interrupted 3 times at least yesterday. So we will put it on another dry round. So I just decided to do another sourdough loaf that we will probably bake tomorrow, because I'm not gonna have the time to make another sourdough loaf tomorrow. The one I have in the oven, we're still gonna eat it, but it's not looking too great, let's just say. And I have my active starter here. It's really bubbly. I'm gonna use 120 grams. Have water in here already. Now this starter looks fantastic. Look at this. So beautiful. Our loaf is ready. Oh, it looks so pretty. It actually looks pretty good. I thought it looked a lot flatter, but it looks quite alright. And you can kind of see what I was going for. Let's put this on a cooling rack. Oh, amazing. Not the best bread, but also not the worst one. Now this has to cool down before we can cut into it. You have to let it cool down at least an hour. But I try to go usually for 2 to 3 hours. Looks pretty good. So I've made my dough now, and I will just cover this and let it sit here for an hour. And then we're gonna start doing our stretch and folds. It's not too bad. It's still warm. Oh, I think this is actually gonna be a really good bread. Let's try. Is there anything better than a home-baked, fresh loaf of sourdough on a Sunday morning? I don't think so. This might not look like the perfect loaf, but it's definitely delicious and I'm really happy with it. And the honey that I put in there, I think it has like a slight honey flavor, which is really nice. And I just do our first set of stretch and folds with our second dough here. It was so nice to have that fresh bread for breakfast. And my laundry is also done now, it's just on cool down. But I did want to go ahead and show you what we painted yesterday. Chris was cleaning up. We did get this whole wall done, then this one here as well. And I did go above the door, but I didn't finish this part, and this wall here isn't done. So I'm gonna put a second layer on this wall here, the one that I did yesterday, and then paint this wall here as well. And I don't know if I will get to painting the ceiling this vlog. We actually found some paint, just white paint that we had from the bathroom, so we're gonna use that. I don't know. I really like the blue now that I see it in actual daylight. It's a very, very decent blue. And I think once everything is completely furnished and actually organized in here, it will look a lot better as well. And Crystal is caulking those holes that are in the wall here. So I will just go change, and the change definitely was needed yesterday because I have some paint in my hair already. So I'm just gonna go change because I don't want to ruin one of my favorite hoodies. And then we're gonna paint the second layer and the rest. I just want to show you how the room looks now. Ta-da! It looks a lot more blue on camera than it does in real life, but it's like Easter blue or something. It's a very, very decent blue. Some parts I couldn't paint over because Christopher did put some like grout on there and filled holes, so I have to paint over those again. And then we will do the ceiling next. So there will be a nice like sharp edge, and the ceiling will just be white. And I know it's just a little bit of paint, but it feels like a big thing to me. It's the start of something, of a big transformation for this room. I also have to paint this door. When we first moved in, I tried out some paint swatches here because the door needed some fixing anyway. You can see here. I'll just paint that door white. I know this room is a mess, I know that, but I'm sure that we can transform it into something very peaceful in the next few weeks. The next biggest thing will be the floor, after we have finished all the painting. And after that, we can finally buy some furniture, so we have a place to store all these things. It's mostly like bedding and a bunch of hobby items, so I will be extremely happy when we finally have this room, when we finally get this room to a point where it's actually usable and it's not just a trash place. I shouldn't say trash place, but like a messy place. Not just a room where we put things to get rid of them, but where we use those things and enjoy them. And I also took a shower after I finished painting. And I've been doing my stretch and folds with the bread. I think I'm gonna bake it probably tomorrow after work or something. So I will try to take a picture and show you how it turned out in the end. But I'm gonna end this vlog here already. So if you've made it this far, then thank you so much for watching and joining me on this journey of transformation for our guest room, and just doing a bunch of productive tasks with me. And never forget, you are worthy, you are loved. I hope you have the most amazing day, and I hope to see you back on my channel next time. Bye!